trap shit. Sergeant Smack make it backflip. Telly Hank it with the action. With the Vato speaking Spanish. Frank Matthews, how I vanish. Poof. Came back like I'm King Tut. Gold BBS is on a beamer. When Fat Cat was 10 queens up. Ball off the profit, not the re-up. Fly like Puerto Rican Jesus. Uptown like I'm Baby May. Just caught a touchdown from the Bay.
Now, what about the Capone incident where he said Capone, told on the stand?
Oh, Capone is a grown man, you know what I'm saying? he a grown man. I wasn't there. I'm from Left City, 97-30, 57 Avenue, apartment 5E. That's some Queensbridge thing. I wasn't around.
Havoc thought he found out who was snitching on his brother Killa. At the trial, at Queens Criminal Court, the whole crew sat in the middle of the courtroom, waiting to see who the DA's star witness was going to be. We couldn't believe it when he came walking up to the stand. It was Capone. Was Capone the fucking snitch? Capone got up there and said he saw Killa pull a trigger and shoot the man in the back of the head. He pointed at Killa. I saw him do it, he said. He shot the man. He was on the stand, snitching like it was cool. Later, I heard he was trying to lower a sentence for a case he had caught for a direct sale to an undercover. Wow. The false testimony Capone gave wound up backfiring. The autopsy report said that the man was shot in the front of the head, not the back. Killa beat the case. After that, Capone tried telling everybody that he did it on purpose to help Killa beat the case. What? I don't know for sure. Maybe he did know what he was doing. Maybe his testimony did help. While Killa was locked up, he became a full-fledged Muslim. When he came home, it took a while to get used to. This wild-ass nigga is a peace-loving Muslim now? I like the new Killa, though. We'd have deep conversations about life.
Tragedy. I'm gonna bring it all out. I'm gonna bring all this shit. I'm gonna bring the dirt. I'm gonna bring all that shit. Let it out.
Killa B.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Son.
I want to give a definite shout out to my brother who's not here. You know what I mean? Rest in peace. Killa Black.
Yeah, this song right here is a song I recorded with Havoc, Big Noise, and Chinky. And actually, Havoc's brother, who is a real good friend of mine, Killa Black, peace be upon him, is on this track as well. And probably one of the only tracks his voice was ever recorded on.
I mean, you listen to that song, you will hear him say, tomorrow ain't promised to none of us. And not too long after that, Killa passed.
It's been like fucking 6 years now, going on 7 years now since it's been gone.
He's a straight dog.
He's the person that nobody want to fuck with.
Me, him, and Havoc used to be in like this one PS111 basketball league, you know what I'm saying? Like, we used to play around, joke, you know what I'm saying? But as he got older, like, he just started taking things real serious. Like life just started getting real serious with him.
He got in some shit. You know, he's accused of murder. Boom, he beat the murder case, came out. Got in some more shit.
He used to run in my crib and leave guns in my crib. Like, yo, hold us down real quick. He out of there. Shoot out for 20 minutes and all that.
And then he had beef with these dudes that like live in a building right next to me. And he had got shot in his head.
Bullet in his head for over a year. You know what I'm saying? He peeled it out. He said, well, the doctors were scared to take it out. He took it out.
And ever since then, he been like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was like loose cannon.
People just don't understand him, you know. He was gangster. He has own. He was in the Matrix, man. At all times. Rest in peace.
You wouldn't see Trash without Killa Black, or you wouldn't see Killa Black without Trash. So, you know, like, they was like, you know what I'm saying, that's my man, I'ma hold my man down.
When I caught an attempt murder charge, I had to go to trial and fight that, you know. The person almost died or whatever, and it was like, you know, I could imagine how Killa felt having to take life. And most people knew Killa for blowing guns, but they never seen that other side of him. You know what I'm saying? That fun side of him, that loving side of him.
Killa had called me like 3, 4 that morning. I didn't know it was him. Maybe about 15, 20 minutes later, when his mom's called and told me they shot herself. You know what I'm saying? I was fucked up. And Trash came into the studio. He didn't know what happened. And I'm like, yo, let me come here, let me talk to you. Killa's dead, yo.
A lot of people at first thought that Trash had something to do with it, like, you know what I'm saying, like he laced his weed or something.
For real. They said you was the last one with him.
You know, I didn't care necessarily what the streets thought. It really hurt me, you know what I'm saying, for people in his family, Havoc in particular, just to be real, you know what I'm saying, to think that I would hurt his brother, let alone, you know what I'm saying, plot his death or kill him. And that shit really hurt me, you know what I'm saying, on some real shit.
People said they better not see him out there, whatever.
Motherfuckers had plans of, you know what I'm saying, trying to assassinate me. And I went to his mom's.
We walked over there. He walked up to the crib. I stayed outside waiting for him.
I just said I came to give my condolences. I came to give my condolences to your son, you know what I mean? And she was like, you know, I heard this and I heard that, but I know you would never do nothing to hurt TJ. You would never do nothing to hurt him. And she hugged me. And that right there solidified it. And when I walked back outside, I really didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because for his moms to say that to me, it meant something to me. Because like I said, that shit had me fucked up. My man was real. He's still real. You know what I mean? I'm never going to forget him ever. Ever, never forget that brother right there. Good, strong, solid man of respect. You know what I mean? Hard.
He died after the Hell on Earth single that we put out because he was in the video. Oh. He was in the Hell on Earth video and then died not too long after that. You know what I mean? He you know, my brother was a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Definitely bust his gun. You know, I'm not condoning it, but that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was. That was my brother. He had my full support. You know what I mean? He was dealing with mental issues. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to talk about. Yeah. Mental health played a role.
To me, Killa Black just embodies what I remember New York City being like in the 1990s. Wild ass niggas walking the streets where at any time you could be put in a situation where you could lose your life over something as small as a Walkman. Hey, what up though? It's your lad Popalot. Salute the almighty mob. We headed to the last stop on the F train, Queens. Y'all pull up to the bridge. So today I'm gonna do my best to tell you the story of one of hip hop's most iconic producers and a member of, I would say, a top 10, depending on who you ask, one of the top 5 duos in rap history. That person being Todd, TJ, Muchita, a person that we would grow to know as Killa Black. Killa Black, who was the younger brother of Havoc from Mobb Deep by 1 year. Name will forever live in infamy with him being immortalized on songs by rappers like Nas, on songs like Sometimes I Wonder, where he would rap TJ Black, better known as Killa, I can't replace you, but in me, Havoc will always have a brother, my nigga. Or in one of the most memorable bars referencing him when Prodigy would rap. Or maybe it's the words from my man Killa Black that I can't say, so it's left an untold fact on a classic Mobb Deep song, Survival of the Fittest. But to the hip hop heads, he's probably going to be most known for a murder that would occur in Queensbridge during the 1990s. Though Mobb Deep would go on to reach all-time status in the rap game, like I mentioned earlier, the murder would occur when the group was really just trying to find their way in the game. Very early on in their career, they would be signed to a label called Fourth and Broadway, and they would release a song called Peer Pressure, where if you go back and look at the video now and knowing Mobb Deep, you can see where the label pretty much tried to make them a clone of what was going on back then. Almost kind of reminded me of like the Youngsters from Philly, or almost like a crisscross kind of thing. And really just looking back at that video while doing research for this episode, as according to IMDb, Killa Black was apparently featured in this video, as well as Mobb Deep's Hell on Earth music video. It let me know just how important a group like Mobb Deep was with changing the dynamics of hip-hop, whether good or bad. If you happen to go back and check out that video, just look at how Havoc is moving his hands. That's not Mobb Deep. But by the time 1995 would roll around, Mobb Deep would begin to be a force after they were signed to Loud Records. And on July 19th, 1995, they would release a single titled Temperatures Rising, with the B-side being one of my all-time favorite Mobb Deep songs, Give Up the Goods, Just Step. But it would be on the main single, Temperatures Rising, where Prodigy would use almost his entire verse rapping the scenario surrounding the murder that Killa Black was involved in. It's a lot of mystery surrounding the details, but allegedly Killa Black was said to have murdered somebody over a Walkman headset. Now, I know that's going to sound like foreign language to some people, but in an effort to make it fun, I want anybody that's old enough to tap in downstairs in that comment box and explain to the younger generation, or try to explain to the younger generation exactly what a Walkman is. So, after the alleged Walkman murder, that would land Killa Black on the run. The authorities would eventually catch up with Killa, arresting him out of state. And that would be the point where it would go from mysterious to tricky, because at the time of Killa Black's trial, the government would roll out their surprise witness, their star witness, or just their witness, and it would be Capone from the rap group Capone and Noriega. And how it played out would be the tricky part, and I'm definitely going to need y'all thoughts on it, because Killa Black would fight the body and end up beating it. Though Capone would testify against him, the government would determine that Capone's testimony was not credible. According to Prodigy, from then on, he would say he looked at Capone with a side eye. Capone's defense would be that he knowingly gave the state the wrong information. Now, it is my belief that that's a real tightrope, and I would say that it's good for them that it didn't happen now, because it would be no question what the people would think. But I could be wrong. I definitely want to know what y'all think. After beating the murder charge, Killa would return back to QB, where he would find himself in a inner project beef, which is probably the most deadliest of all because of the close proximity of it. Urban warfare for real. And it would be during the course of that beef where Killa Black would end up being shot in the head. Now, already said to be a live wire, they would say after him being shot will only make him more live. And when he would remove a bullet that not even the doctors would remove, I just believe that nobody is going to be the same after that. And it would be right during the rise of Mobb Deep's fame where Killa Black would end up taking his life on April 24th, 1997. And a death that hurt a lot of people. Prodigy would talk about it in his book. Tragedy would speak on it, with Killa Black allegedly being his best friend. Nobody probably took it harder than Havoc with them being only 1 year apart, and Killa Black being his younger brother, only about 22 at the time. But like a lot of legends on the streets, like I said, he would be immortalized through songs like Temperatures Rising from Mobb Deep that I would have to say is probably one of the top 20 storytelling songs in hip-hop. Shit, now that I think about it, Nas, Sometimes I Wonder, is probably on that list too. Matter of fact, y'all let me know what y'all think the best storytelling song in hip-hop is. I already know it. I already know the top 3, but definitely want to see what y'all come up with. I drop mines down there in the short. Y'all might change my mind. Y'all make sure y'all hit the red bell and subscribe button right under this video so y'all know when this real trill spill shit is dropping. Y'all get in the comment box below. Y'all run it up. Y'all let me know what cities we need to go to, what stories we need to tell, what we missed, what I got wrong. All of that. Y'all tap in directly. Instagram, Twitter, POP_A_LOT. And until a re-up, y'all know the rules. Salute the almighty mob.